Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the great folks of Convoy. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Missing my counterpart here today, Jonathan.
Jonathan is always in the snappy suits, with the whole suit and tie on. We got casual Dustin, which I feel good with, man. So that's pretty cool. How you been?
Good. It's been 2 weeks, right, since we last on. So
every 2 weeks. So how's the one rental at a time community? Still reaching out, still proving they do stuff?
Yes, absolutely. I love everybody that have come from your influence and very educated, so it makes our conversations a lot easier.
Yeah, let's talk about this purple hair, which you're seeing for the first time. So you're relatively new to the channel, I think 2 months or so. Yeah. But back on June 1st, 2021, I sat, actually May 31st, let's get the timeline right. May 31st, sitting back with one of my other experts, Ty, who I speak to on Friday, kind of taking inventory of what one rental at a time had done today. So nearest I could tell, we'd helped about 180 some odd people get a deal. And I don't know about you, but I've lived in a quota-driven world for the last nearly 40 years, 35 years for sure. And I'm like, we can do better. So that's where these cards came from, right? 500. So instead of doing 180, I wanted to do 500. Instead of 18 months, I wanted to do it in a year. So I'm very much a carrot and stick kind of guy. So we're giving out cards every time somebody lets me know. And then when we got to 500, I said this on June 1st, I will dye my hair purple and we will cut at least a $5,000 check to the Fresno food bank, because food insecurity was something I suffered with when I was younger. So obviously purple hair, we did it. We got there in 10 months. And later today, I'll be putting a video out about donating to the food bank if others want to contribute. So we did it. So
congratulations to everyone that was a part of that.
Yeah. So it's, you're probably shocked by like, what the hell is this guy doing? It's because the audience did the work. So yeah. That's what this is all about.
That's fair. It looks good on you.
Yeah. Somebody told me it makes me look 10 years younger. I might have to keep it. So, hey man, one of the things I wanted to do is talk about the non-QM space. 2 weeks ago, we talked about, hey, world's different. Rates of the floor has been moved up. It's been 2 weeks. We've had an invasion. We've had a freak out. The 10-year is over 2% today. All of these things really impact Matt, the mortgage guy, which I talk to weekly on Wednesdays. But in the non-QM space, it's different. You kind of get these, I don't know, stair steps. They don't move every day. They certainly don't move 3 times a day. So let's talk about where rates are at, talk about some of the programs and what you're seeing.
Yeah, so I mean, just like Matt, the mortgage guy, we do a lot of QM stuff, qualified mortgages, typical Fannie Mae 30-year fixed stuff. And over the last 2 weeks, we've seen that go up and down, staircase. And it's not crazy moves, but an eighth here. That's good, right? The non-QM market hasn't moved at all in the last 2 weeks. So it's been, for those loans that we've been, underwriting, a lot easier to speak with the client knowing that it may not go up half a point tomorrow.
Yeah.
End of January till 2 weeks ago, I could have spoken with the client one day and the next day it was 0.5%, maybe a full percent higher. And that did happen.
Yeah, it can.
Unfortunate that sometimes the timing on these deals will, incur that sort of increase. But right now we've at least found some footing.
Right.
We're not walking on quicksand per se, and can do our job a little bit easier right now.
Yeah, I think there's, this is kind of my feeling about the non-QM space and what I see FHFA, Fannie, Freddie doing kind of the rest of the year. This is one man's opinion. It's not yours, it's mine. I think there's going to be increasing focus on first-time home buyers, owner occupants, which means they're going to get more love. And what's going to happen to investors is they're going to get more fees. They're going to get more restrictions. They're going to lower the percentage that they will buy. And, oh, by the way, banks are going to add fees, because one of the things that people don't realize, I've been doing this 30 some odd years, is banks get nervous. And when banks get nervous, sure, the 10-year fell on Monday or Tuesday, but banks didn't let rates fall commensurate with that fall, because they just want more margin. So what I'm trying to say here is, I think, come June, July, I think the delta between a traditional, a fourplex loan for an investor and a non-QM loan is going to be as skinny as I've ever seen it. right? There was a time where Fannie and Freddie were feeding investors, and there could have been a point gap, right? So if you were getting your first 4 and you were bankable, meaning you had credit, you had a job, a W-2, it was like, of course, call Matt the mortgage guy. But I think what's going to happen by the summer is it's going to be one half and does the other, and then frankly, non-QM is just easier, faster, less headache. So that's what I see coming. I don't know if you see the same thing, but it seems that's happening.
No, it's kind of already in motion.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You know, like 3 weeks ago, I know Matt, the mortgage guy, brought it up, but one of the big lenders in the industry, you know, United Wholesale Mortgage, who I think Matt does a lot of business.
Yes.
They rolled out a primary residence loan that you could do 3.5% down on a $1.5 million loan.
I saw that. And we talked about that. It's crazy to me. I was like, what are they doing?
And, you know, programs for primary residence borrowers or people trying to buy primary residences, the LTV restrictions are getting, you know, lowered. The debt to income requirements are being, I guess you could say, increased, right?
Yeah.
But the FHFA already stated at the beginning of, or in end of 2021 in December, the loan level price adjustments, right? So to your audience, the loan level price adjustment is when, let's say somebody qualifies for 3.5%, but it is a cash out. The loan level price adjustment may make it now a 3.75.
Right.
Okay. The FHFA, I always stumble on that. Any secondary or investment property come April, they've been doing kind of a ladder increase to this.
Yeah.
We're going to see a 400 basis point hit on the rate sheet if it's a secondary property or an investment property. All that tells you is they are trying to deter people from getting secondary or investment properties as opposed to the people that are getting, you know, primary residence.
Yeah. And this is coming. I think it gets worse before it gets better. What I would tell my audience here is you need to reach out to non-QM lenders early because obviously you've all seen rates jump. If you're looking at deals, it's time to reach out. And again, non-QM lenders fill such an important need that I didn't have 15 or 20 years ago. They may have been around, but they were kind of below the radar. And
well, it's kind of like subprime back.
Yeah.
Those rates were at 9-10%. You know, they weren't.
Exactly. Yeah.
Non-QM is still in the same ballpark rate wise as a Fannie Mae loan. It's not a hard money loan like subprime.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the non-QM space is going to be bigger at the end of the year than the beginning because the government is going to pivot so hard to homeowners good, investors bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's rarely that black and white, but that's what I see coming. So again, if you're in this space, you're doing the work, you're part of my course, all of that good stuff, you need to reach out. You need to ask about the programs. Because the other thing you have in non-QM is they do loans that make sense. Yeah. I can't tell you how many people have reached out to me, 800 credit score, this, that, the other thing, but there's like one factor in FHFA or FHA or VA or any of these, they just won't do the loan because it's a computer, right? Yeah. It's a computer program going, oh, no good. Non-QM lenders talk to you. They ask questions. They look at the deal. They look at the property. So Dustin, if somebody wanted to reach out and talk about what they're doing and seeing what's available to them, how do you want them to reach out?
You guys can email us at PrivateClient@convoyhomeloans.com.
Okay, very good. Dustin, one more time. What's that email?
PrivateClient@convoyhomeloans.com.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.